Quick disclaimer before this video begins, this is a 7th part to a series. You can watch all the videos by clicking the eye icon in the upper right corner of the screen, or you can watch the video that quickly goes over what happens in parts 1 through 5 and then watch part 6. You can get the link to those in the description. The world's geography had been forever changed, and somehow water levels had only temporarily lowered, then raised, the ocean returning to normal again. Atlantis, which had taken the island of Taiwan for themselves, declared themselves to be a neutral nation now that their enemy Sealand was gone. Ohio took them over 15 minutes after said declaration. Ohio had also figured out where Iceland was located on a map, so they went to go take Iceland over, only to end up taking out Greenland once again because the map hadn't been updated for that week's latest geography shift. Ohio finally set to trying to take Europe once again, however this time they went for a different strategy. Instead of hitting Europe from the ocean, they would enter through land. So within a couple of weeks, Ohio had the country of Africa under its control, much to the dismay of many of its citizens that said things like, "We aren't states, we're countries," and "Africa is a continent, not a country." But Ohio ignored them and took over the country anyways. The next step was taking over Asia so that they could enter Europe through two fronts. That's where they met opposition. They started by trying to take over the country of Japan, only to realize Florida had beaten them to it. Not deterred by this, they still tried to take it over, only to discover that it was infested by alligators, and all of its citizens were now superhumans due to the sheer amount of cocaine flowing through their veins. The attack was a complete loss, Ohio not even standing any sort of chance at brute forcing their way into it. Deterred by this, but not quite giving up, Ohio went around Japan, taking over a couple of countries, and discovered that Florida had not yet gone for West Taiwan. Using this to their advantage, they took over West Taiwan, then quickly set up a blockade, using small bags filled with what looked like cocaine to bait in unsuspecting Floridians to make sure they didn't spread. Ohio then set up a front line to defend against any possible attacks from the west and north, then headed south to take over the islands, reaching Australia in a matter of weeks. For a month they fought, but eventually Australia realized they weren't going to win. So in a last-ditch effort, they launched a rocket nicknamed Pandora's Box with a payload of destruction no man had ever seen.